Welcome and thanks for joining me for this concept. Today we're talking about box and whisker plots. Now in order to construct a box and whisker plot, there are 5 particular numbers that you have to be able to find. This is called a 5-number summary. The 5-number summary are the minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the maximum, and we'll talk about those in a minute. Here's what a box and whisker plot looks like. It basically summarizes a set of data by displaying it along a number line, and it consists of 3 parts: the box and 2 whiskers. Now, the whiskers are the minimum or the lowest data value, and the maximum or highest data value. The box itself, the very middle of it, is constructed from the median, which is what we call Q2. It's the median of all of the data. Q1 is the median or middle of the lower half of the data, and Q3 is the median or middle of the upper half of the data. And we're going to talk about how you find all of those values. Let's say that we have this whole list of data values right here. There's an odd number of them, 11 of them. So the very middle guy right here, he's the median of the whole thing, so that's Q2. Now, I don't include him when I figure out Q1. I only look at the top half and see who's the middle of the top half. Well, here it happens to be 5, so that's my Q1. And then I look at the bottom half, see who's in the middle of that. That happens to be 21. That's my Q3. So that's how you find Q2, Q1, and then Q3. Now, if you have an even number of values and there's 2 guys in the middle, you find the average of both of them. And I'm going to show you how to find the whole 5-number summary, whether you have an odd number of data values or an even number of data values. So don't get too awfully concerned. I'll give you an example of both. Now, there's this thing called the interquartile range. That's just the difference of Q3 to Q1. So for here, it would be 21 minus 5, which would be 16, is the interquartile range for this particular set of data values. If you need a refresher, stop right now, pause, rewind, and replay this part. Let's talk about calculating the 5-number summary for an odd number of data values. I already have them listed from lowest to highest. If your data values are not listed that way, you need to start out by listing them from lowest to highest. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So this guy right here, that is my Q2. Now I need to look at the first half to find Q1. He will be the guy right in the middle, so this is Q1. Then I look at the other half to find Q3. That's this guy right here. He is Q3. This number right here is my minimum. This number right here is my maximum. That's how I calculate the 5-number summary with an odd number of data values. Now let's look at calculating the 5-number summary with an even number of data values. Remember, you start with them in order, which I already have. Here I have 8 of them. So my Q2 is right smack dab in the middle of 13 and 14. So what we have to do is take the average. So 13 plus 14 divided by 2 gives us 13.5. That is our Q2. Now I just look at this top half, and I have to find the middle of that top half. The middle of this half is right here between 7 and 11. So I take 7 plus 11 and divide by 2. That would give me 18 divided by 2, which is 9, and that is my Q2. Now I need to find Q3. So I will look at this top half. It's right in the middle, so it's between 15 and 17 is my Q3. So I would take 15 plus 17 and divide by 2, and that will give me 16. So 16 is my Q3. And then my minimum is 7, and my maximum is 19. That's the 5-number summary for an even number of data values. Let's construct the box and whisker plot. In order to do that, you have to first figure out all your 5-number summary. So let's figure that first, and then I'll show you how to construct it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 data values. So right here is our Q2. It's between 78 and 81. So we'll add those together and divide by 2. And we get 79.5. That's our Q2. Now we need to find Q1. Q1 will be right in the middle of this half of data. So Q1 is right between 68 and 77. So we take 68 plus 77 and divide by 2. And I get 72.5 is my Q1. Now I need to look at the top half of the data. Right in the middle is Q3. So I take 86 plus 92 and divide by 2. Now remember, when you're putting this in your calculator, you'd better do 86 plus 92, hit enter, and then divide by 2, or you won't get the right answer. The other option is to go ahead and put parentheses around the 86 and 92. So here I get 89, which is my Q3. And then I have my minimum, which is 55, and my maximum, which is 97. So we listed the data in order. We found Q2, Q1, Q3. Now let's plot the minimum and maximum. Well, I know I go from 55 to about 100. So let's start here. We go 55, 65, 75, 80, 75, 85, 95, 105. We just want these evenly spaced and to be able to catch all of the pieces of data. So my minimum is 55. My maximum is 97, which is about right here. Now I need to plot Q2. Q2 is in blue. Let's say Q2 is 79.5. So it's about right here. And then I need to plot Q1 and Q3. Q1 is at 72.5, which 70 is about here, so 72.5. And Q3 was 89, so it's about right here. So here's the ends of my box. Q1 and Q3 are the ends of my box. And then I just want to connect the whiskers. Some people draw a line right here where they have Q2. Alright, now I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and give this one a try. You need to construct a box and whisker plot for the following data that's already put in order for you. Alright, let's go ahead and see how you did. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of data. So 3, 4, 5 right here is my Q2. And I'm going to take 65 plus 66 divided by 2 will give me 65.5. And then my Q1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 happens to be right smack dab in the middle, is 60. And I have an odd number of pieces here. So right smack dab in the middle is 70. That's my Q3. This is my minimum. And here's my maximum. Alright, so let's go from about 55 to 80. So 55, 60, we'll go by 5s here. That should get us through there. And my minimum is 58, which is about here. My max is 80. Q2 is 65.5. Q1 is 60. And Q3 is 70. Remember, Q1 and Q3 are the ends of your box. And you can go ahead and connect your whiskers. And sometimes we draw a line here to see Q2. Now, that's the box and whisker plot for this data. Now, we talked about outliers before. And outliers are anything that is 1 and 1.5 times the interquartile range. Let's see. The IQR for this one is 70 minus 60. Remember, Q3 minus Q1, which gives us 70 minus 60, which means 10. Now 1.5 times that gives us 15. So anything that is 15 away from our middle, our Q2, is considered an outlier. So let's see, 65.5 plus 15 would give me about 80.5. This guy's within it. And if I go 15 this way, that would bring me to about 50.5. And my minimum is within it. So everything is within 1.5 times my interquartile range, or in this case 15. That means I don't have any outliers. That's how you mathematically really figure out whether or not you have any outliers. I want to thank you for joining me for this concept. Don't forget to finish your whisk. You've watched the video and summarized the notes. So now all you have to do is submit your answer to the question. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.